Okay, so sitting cross-legged, bringing the shins forward, heels away from each other. Moving the flesh of the buttocks away from the buttock bones. Take the fingertips by the sides, lift the navel, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back and down, shoulder blades deepen against the back ribs. Just allow yourself to settle with each next breath out, letting go of any unnecessary tension in the body. Somebody else. And as you press the fingers down, lift yourself up slightly. As you lift yourself up, then soften the groins and just allow the knees to come down and then slowly come back down with that sense of, heaviness, letting go. And keep pressing the fingers down. Feel the upward force from the ground up. The sucking up action in the palms of the hands, in the armpits, in the ribs. Relax the face, all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids, let the eyes move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And after your next breath in, first bring your hands in front of you. The roots of your thumbs against the chest, fingers slightly away from the chest wall. Feel the light touch between the hands. Relax the upper arms, relax the elbows. Close the eyes from top to bottom, as if you are looking at the heart. And taking a few breaths through the chest, through the heart center, feeling how that changes your perception. And then after your next breath in, we'll do the 3 ohms together in your own time. Feel the vibration of the sound in the body. As you breathe out, go the head down, surrendering, brain to the heart. Release the hands to your thighs, listen to the resonance of silence. As you breathe in, lift the head up and open the eyes. And you can stretch the legs forward and cross-leg the other way. And first just interlocking the fingers all the way to the roots and just pressing the hands down right in front of you. Allowing weight down onto your hands. The tongues are just lightly touching and you're trying to fill all the gaps around the mouths of the fingers. So as to allow the skin of the palms to spread from the center out to the sides. Give yourself a moment to get that. And then from there you can stretch the arms forward, but still continue to feel as if you are pressing the hands against the floor as you stretch the arms all the way up. Lengthening the sides of the body, gripping the outer brows in towards one another, and breathing. And as you exhale, you can release, just feeling how you are, how the shoulders feel. And then interlocking the other way. And then again, pressing the hands down to the floor. And just allow yourself a moment to really flatten the hands down, feeling all the gaps around the mounts of the fingers. Let the tongue just slightly touch. And then from there, again, stretch the arms forward. and up to the ceiling, still imagining that you are pressing against the floor. Reaching up towards the ceiling through the mounts of the index fingers. And keeping the arms towards each other compact, lengthening the sides of the body, breathing. And as you breathe out, then you can release. And have something in front, some block brick to come forwards. If you can sit on the floor, you can sit on the floor. As you inhale, stretching the arms forward, this time have the palms facing and up towards the ceiling, extending up through the arms. And then from the hips, come forward, go halfway first, lengthening through the tips of the fingers, lengthen, lengthen. And then take your hands down, reach forward with the chest, and then come forward, more. So once the forehead gets the support, feel that sense of receding of the eyes deeper into the eye sockets, and the thinking brain towards the back brain. Letting the awareness move more towards the back body and be with the breath. Feel how you are in this moment, moment to moment of awareness. And then breathing in, come back to center. And cross the legs the other way. And then once more, stretch the arms forward. You can have the palms facing down now. As you inhale, stretch the arms up. As you lift the arms, feel the difference between the extension now and with the palms facing. So do you feel more stretch in the front body now? At the back of the abdomen, the front of the spine, lengthening, broadening. And then from there, come forward again, go halfway first, be heavy in the buttocks. And then take your hands down, lengthen through the front, and then come forward more, and let the head be supported. And again, allow the eyes to go deep into the eye sockets. The thinking brain, the frontal brain, moving towards the back brain. Be with the breath. Soften around the hips, the buttocks. Okay, and then as you breathe in, you can come back to sitting and stretch the legs. And we are going to first lie down on the back and have a break. Yeah, so first you're going to have a break between your upper inner thighs, this way. And squeezing your thighs, your hips towards the break. And also feeling as if the front break is moving up to the navel, this way. And the back break is moving to the heels. And then from there, stretching the arms up. The tops of the arms dropping down into the shoulders as you bring the arms over. Yeah. Okay, so lie down. So brick is higher between the inner thighs. And squeeze the brick. And first just, so there's this subtle movement of the front brick moving up to the navel and the back brick moving towards the heels. Yeah, so can you feel that action in the pelvis? So you don't do the arms yet, but just first focus on that action in the pelvis. Front brick moving up to the navel and the back brick moving towards the heels. And it's a subtle action. It will bring your lower back down to the floor and it will create space in the abdomen. Can you feel that? Keep your feet active, extend through the ball mounts of the big toes, Tori. And then from there, you can stretch the arms up to the ceiling, palms away from you. Drop the upper arms down deep into the shoulders, and then with that, take your arms overhead in the same speed if you can, extending through the tips of the fingers and extending through the heels at the same time, growing taller and taller on the floor. Keep gripping that brick. And breathing. All right, and then take your arms back up and back to your sides. And now bend your knees, roll to your side and look. You've done this not so long ago. You're gonna have 2 blocks this way now. First. Yeah, so now we are going to work on bringing awareness into the upper back. So you want the top of the brick to be just catching the lower tips of the shoulder blades, and then extending through the heels, feet together. And imagine the brick still between the thighs, so squeezing the hips towards each other, and then stretching the arms up, dropping the shoulders, taking the arms over. Yeah, so kind of not just letting go of the hips, but squeezing as if the brick was still there. Yeah, so that creating space there in the lower abdomen. Make sure you've got enough space for your arms. Tori, you might have you got? Oh, yeah, okay, you're good. Okay, so give yourself a moment to settle. So you want the tops of the bricks to be just catching the lower tips of the shoulder blades. Yeah, so that the blocks are in your thoracic spine. And then you can take your arms up, palms facing away from you. And then as you breathe out, take your arms overhead. Extend, lengthen through the tips of the fingers at the same time, extending through the heels and gripping the hips towards each other. As if the brick was still there, can you grip and feel that lift in the abdomen? Yeah, so that the lower back is down, and breathe. So the legs have to be active. Yeah, point not the toes, but the heels. Toes are up. Okay, and then take your arms back up and to your side. And bend your knees, roll to your side. And this time, you're gonna have the bricks this way. Yeah, so it's a little bit harder. And again, lying down with the top of the brick in line with the lower tips of the shoulder blades. And then straighten the legs, feet together, gripping the hips towards each other so that the hips are lift. That same lift like you had with the brick. And then arms up and overhead. Okay. Hopefully it's not too much. If it's too much, you can do the same again like before. It's too high, but challenge yourself. So this is really useful to open the upper back. Yeah. So grip the hips towards each other as if the brick was still between your inner thighs, and then bringing the arms up and over in the same speed. Extend through the tips of the fingers. Yeah, and most of you have the softer bricks, don't you? So then that makes it kind of easier. Is that too much, Bernie? If it's too much, I said them flat, yeah. So give yourself a moment there. So make your legs firm, focus straight, grip your hips towards each other. Imagine the brick there, from brick lifting to the navel, back brick moving to the heels, and then feeling that openness in the chest, the openness in your thoracic spine. So that's important for us. So what did I say we'll do tonight? We are working on inversions, upside down poses. And so this action is very important. All right, and then take your arms back up and back to your side. And then you can bend your knees, roll into your side, come up from the side. We're going to do the kind of a half dog in a few stages. So first you've got the brick standing up. You want to have the buttocks right over the knees, walking the hands forward, and taking the chin on the brick, the chin. Yeah. Make sure your lower back is in check, so you don't do this, you don't collapse down, but you keep your floated hips lifted. And then you're going to take the brick down lower, again, chin down. And then if you can do that, then you're going to come down on the brick flat. Yeah, which will become more challenging. Okay. All right, so first check that the buttocks are over the knees, and then walking the hands forward. And bringing the chin down. So you're trying not to kiss the brick, but rather bring the chin down. And again, you're getting access to the upper back, and also the shoulders are opening. Yeah, so give yourself a moment, keep extending forward through the tips of the fingers. Keep gripping, squeezing the hips towards each other, but the arms straight. So Marianne, arms straight, take your arms forward. Yeah, so it's like the arms are like in dog pose. All right, and then you can release and take your brick down lower. And then see, can you take your chin down on the lower brick? Yeah, and again, so trying to feel the access or the extension in the upper back. Armpits opening more. Grip the hips towards each other so you don't overarch in the low back. Yeah. It's the upper back, which is the stiffer part of the spine because ribs are attached to it, that we need to keep opening. All right, and then release. And lastly, gonna take your brick down flat, and let's see if that is possible to bring your chin down without kissing the brick. Okay, good. Keep lengthening forward through the tips of the fingers. Floating ribs lifting, lean. Yeah. So you might need to bring your knees forward a bit more. Your hips have gone too far forward. All right, and then you can come up. And you can come into Svanasana. We will do it this way first. So you got the bricks slanting at the wall. Yeah, so if you have wrist problems, wrist weakness, let them down lower. Otherwise, 45-degree. Lengthening back. And again here, because the bricks are slanted, you get into the upper back. And then from there, coming up, and start with your knees bent and trying to bring the sternum towards the knees, closing the gap there as you slowly straighten the legs. Yeah. Go for it. Make sure your bricks are the same height. Spread the fingers apart evenly. Inner hands, mounts of the index fingers pressing down on the bricks. Tuck your toes under, take your buttocks back to your heels. Opening the arms again, feeling that, yeah, so you're still getting into the upper back, extending in the upper back. And then from there, as you come up, so lifting the buttocks slowly, and don't come up all the way, but just come up, just lift your knees off the floor, and press the hands against the bricks and take your sternum bone, the top sternum, towards the knees. Yes, you want to close the gap between the upper body and the legs. And see what happens. Feel that you get more height through the buttocks. Yeah, that there is more lift in the chest. And then from there, slowly straighten the legs and just see how that feels. Shoulder blades moving into the body, so feel that. So again, getting that extension in the upper back. That's what we are working on. See if you can feel that. Even if the heels have to lift for now, that's fine. Okay, and then as you exhale, you can bend the knees and come down. And we're going to turn around. So now you've got the feet down this way. But you're going to have the bricks down this way. And starting with the feet in front of the bricks first. It's easier to get up this way. Spreading the fingers apart evenly. Lengthening back, coming up. And then you're going to take your feet on the bricks, pressing the heels against the wall. Then from here, as I press the heels against the wall, I lift the buttocks up and back. Okay, go for it. Right, so stepping your feet on the bricks and pressing the heels against the wall. And as you press the heels against the wall, pull up the kneecaps and lift the buttocks up and back and make your legs really firm. So the thighs moving back to the thigh bones back to your hamstrings. The hamstrings are spreading from center to side, breathing. Soft, smooth breaths through the nose. Maybe you could have the hands forward a little bit more so that, yeah, kind of a little bit wider dog. Shoulders in, shoulder blades in, Bernie, shoulder blades in. Yeah, so the work we've done so far. All right, and then you can exhale, come down. And you can come up to standing. And first, we're going to do just a few things for the shoulders. You won't see me when I'm standing, so I'll show you this sitting. You're going to be standing up. You're going to bring you can do this with me. I'm sitting, but you're standing, yeah? Have the feet slightly apart. You're going to take your left arm up towards the ceiling. And then using your left hand. So what did I say? Right arm up using your left arm. So I have it kind of hooked. I can move my head forward slightly to reach down more towards the shoulder with the hand. And then as I take my head up, yeah, then I can stretch that arm more. Does that make sense? So that you're stretching the right side of the body really well. All right, and then you can release, and then do the other side. So stretching your left arm up, bend your right arm, and you can, yeah, so holding the upper arm as near the shoulder as you can, so you can take your head down to reach down lower with the arm. And then as I push my head up against the forearm, then I get extension now in the left side of the body. Yeah? Reaching up high through the left tips of the fingers. Now maintaining that as you right to see how that feels. And so I was saying you're standing, I'm sitting, so you can see my arms, but you are standing, yeah? All right, and then as you breathe out, then you can release the arms. And now have your 2 breaks on the wall. Yeah, so I'm just gonna move back so you can see my arms. So pressing you have the breaks on the wall, standing close enough to the wall. Yes, on heels, depending. You might need to touch the wall with the toes, depending on the size of your feet, and then lengthening up, so sliding the brakes up, pressing the hands against the brakes, but lifting from the lower abdomen, so you don't overarch the back. Okay. See that? So Maria, you need to stand closer to the wall with your feet. Closer. And so remember how you need to grip your hips. So keeping the core firm, gripping the hips towards one another and lifting from the lower abdomen. And then trying to slide the bricks up as high as you can. So your abdomen is not touching the wall, should not be touching the wall. It should be lifting up, but not going forwards. So your lower back is long, yeah? So Bernie can't see you properly, but is your abdomen away from the wall, not touching? And as you press the hands against those bricks, can you feel that external rotation in the upper arms? So back to the upper arms, rotate from inside out. Opening the armpits. We are opening the armpits. And as you exhale, then you can release. Good. And now, don't cast with the arms. Right, so standing. Standing with the feet slightly apart. You can take both arms out to the side. So you're going to turn your right hand back. Bend the elbow behind your back, stretching your left arm up, bending the left elbow, and then trying to catch the fingers. If you know that you need a belt, I should have said it at the start, and the belt will be hanging on the right shoulder, yeah? If you need the belt. Otherwise, just catching the fingers and gripping the hips towards each other at the same time. Allows, and so remember feeling that the hands are pulling evenly on each other. So it's not just the top one hanging on the bottom one, but the bottom one also pulls on the top one. And breathe. All right, and as you exhale, you can release on that side. If you need the belt, then please have it ready on the left shoulder. So let's do this one arm at a time. Actually, stretch your left arm up to the side, palm back, bend the elbow behind your back. You can help yourself with the other hand to lift it up even higher. And then stretch your right arm to the side, palm up to the ceiling, extending up first, bend the elbow and catching the fingers. And then just check, are you pulling evenly? So your right arm is also pulling on the left one, upper arm moving away from the head and breathing. And as we exhale, then you can release. Just feeling how you are without shaking the hands. And now we're going to do a couple of standing poses. Get 2 breaks for Trikonasana. Let me show you this. This would be better done with heavier breaks, but we'll just use what we have. Taking the feet wide, turning your feet to your right side, extending the arms out to the side, and then you're going to go to your right, press the hand down on the brick, extending out through your left arm, holding the brick so you can actually see that I've got the brick in my hand. And then from the bottom, I'll try and turn the chest up more. So it's not just, I'm not just throwing the arm back, but turning from the bottom shoulder. Yeah, going back more. Turning the chest. Okay. And your feet to your right. So the front foot out properly, back foot in, toes in, heel out of the back foot, Marianne. Front leg straight though. Extend the arms out. If the brick is heavy, you can just keep your left hand on the side to start. Reach forward through your right arm. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And as you exhale, take your hand down to the brick. And as you press the hand down on the brick, from there, see if you can find the connection. As I'm pressing the hand down on the brick, from there, the shoulder moves back, the bottom shoulder, and then the chest starts to lift. So as if you want to lift the bottom nipple to look at the ceiling. And then see, can you take the brick back more, the top brick? But not just throwing the arm back and the shoulder forward, but the shoulder has to go back with it. Yeah. You are a bit too low, Marianne. Take your hand up even on the, I don't know, is the brick standing up or is it down? It needs to be standing up. The brick, lower brick, stand it up, upright, that's it. Okay. Straight leg, straight leg. All right, and then as you inhale, you can come back up. Turn your feet forward. Have the bricks ready for the other side. Yeah, so one in your right hand. If it's a light one, then you can stretch the arms out, holding the brick. And then reaching, so first reaching towards the left side through your left arm. And then take your hand down to the brick. And as you press the hand down on the brick from there, begin to turn the spine. Yeah, so feel how that connects as you press the hand down, that the shoulder, bottom shoulder moves into the body, and then the bottom chest starts to turn up. Top shoulder moves back. And then can you take the brick back more, the top brick that you're holding? Can you take it back more? Okay, then as you inhale, come back to center. Okay, take your bent knees, feet together. Let me show you. We're going to do now Virabhadrasana 2 in this way. Just have to step back so you can see my arms. Yeah, so turning, so you're gonna have the break between the hands, turning your feet to your right side, stretching the arms forward, holding the break, then forearms up, elbows towards each other, and then I'm squeezing the break, keeping the elbows in as I stretch the arms up, and then bending the right knee to make a right angle, but stretching up evenly both sides, squeezing the break between the hands, trying to make the right angle. Okay? All right, so have the break ready. Turn your feet to your right side. Left toes in a little bit, right toes out, and the heel in. Turning your front leg in the hip socket. But the upper body is facing forward. Upper body facing forward, Bernie. Yeah, it's Virabhadrasana 2. And then, so we're going to stretch the arms forward with the break. Forearms up. Keep the elbows towards each other, squeezing the break between the hands. And then as you breathe in, stretch the arms up towards the ceiling, squeezing the break. Compact arms. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee. Go down, make your right angle, but turn the abdomen away from the bent leg, Tori. Yeah, abdomen away from the bent leg. And can you find even extension along the sides of the body? You need to be wider with the feet, Liam, wider with your feet. Yeah. And Marianne also, wider with the feet. Go down lower, Mary, go lower in your hips. Breathe in, keep the back leg strong and firm. Be in the moment, do your best. All right, then as you inhale, come back up. And turn your feet forward, release the arms, take a little rest. And then turn your feet to your left side. So right toes in a little bit, left toes out and the heel in. Turn the left leg in the hip socket from inside out really well. And then from there, again, stretching the arms forward. Yeah. Forearms up, elbows towards each other, and then squeeze in the break as you stretch the arms up. Squeeze the break. Extend the arms as much as you can, as high as you can. And then as you exhale, bend your left knee, but keep the upper body upright. Upper body stays upright, turning away from the bent leg. Yeah, turning away from, so see what's happening. So the break will tell you, yeah, will show you where you are misaligned. Can you find evenness in the upper body there? It's not easy. So again, Marianne, wider with the feet, be adventurous. Breathe. So while you're in the pose, do your best. You won't be there forever. Nothing lasts forever. Everything changes. All right, then as you inhale, come back up. And you can release the arms. Okay, take the break down. We're going to do Virabhadrasana 1. Have a belt now. And we're going to have the belt on the wrists. So just measure the distance so that the length of the belt. So with the belt on the wrist, the arms will be parallel to each other. Yeah? So just have that ready. And then you're going to just have it ready on one arm. Yeah, so just let me show you. Turning your feet to your right side, left toes well and heel out, right toes out, heel in. Turning the hips to the side this time. And you want to turn that crease of the bottom of the back leg. Yeah, so your left leg from inside out using your thumb. And then you can bring both thumbs in your sacrum and move it forward. So you get that lift there, elbow moving in. Then you're going to put your belt on your wrists, stretching the arms up, and then bending the front knee, making a right angle, extending up, pushing against the belt. Okay? Go for it. So once you've got the belt ready, have it on the shoulder and turn the feet wide apart first. Take your feet wide. And then turn your feet to your right side. So left toes turn well in and the heel out. This time the back foot has to turn much more in than before. Turn your right toes out and the heel in. Yeah, hands on the hips. And then turn the hips to the right side so that the right hip goes back and the left hip comes forward until both hips are facing to the side, to the right side. And you can, so you can take your, which one is it? Turn to the right side. So you've got your right thumb in the crease of the button. The left one, sorry. And trying to take your left hip forward more. Yeah. And then take both thumbs in the sacrum. Yeah. And then try and move it, encourage it to come forward. So your tailbone moves in. And already, if you do this right, you're going to start to feel it in the back thigh, in the left thigh. Yeah. And then from there, take your belt on your wrists. Stretch the arms forward, pushing out against the belt. And with the breath in, stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the right knee. Bend the right knee. Make a right angle, but see that the tailbone is still coming forwards. And you're lifting from the lower abdomen. Yes. Push out against the belt. Push out with the wrist against the belt. And you can look up at the hands. See that you're lifting from the lower belly. Go down lower in the hips, Mary. Be adventurous. Go down lower. So if you do this properly, you should feel it in the back thigh, but not the lower back at all. Okay, as you inhale, come up. And take your arms back down. Have the belt on the shoulder. Turn your feet forward. And now turning your feet to your left side. So right toes well in and the heel out. Left toes out and the heel in. And turning your hips now to the left side. Yes, sorry, if I do it with you, then I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Turn to the left side. So you want to bring your right thumb in the crease of the butter and rotate it from inside out. So so you're trying to take your hip forward more, your right hip. First, see what that does for you. And then both thumbs in the sacrum, push it forward so that you feel the lift in the abdomen. Don't bend the back leg though, and feel the stretch of the back thigh already, the right thigh stretching. And then from there, take your belt on the wrist, stretch the arms forward, pushing out against the belt as you stretch the arms all the way up. Yeah, so stretch up through the arms, feel the land in the sides of the body. And as you exhale, then bending your left knee. Go down, make a right angle, but see that the sacrum is still coming forwards. That the crease of the right buttock is coming around from inside out. Look up at the hands and keep lifting from the lower abdomen. So there's no arch in the back, in the lower back. The heel, toes should stay on the floor. I know it wants to lift. Try and keep it on the floor and the thigh lifting, thigh lifting. So are you feeling this in the back thigh? All right, and as you inhale, come back up. And you can release the arms, take your belt down. We will do one more vertebra. This time without the belt. You're going to take the hands. So first taking the feet wide, arms out, arms back, and then hands into Paschimottanasana behind your back. So either this way, and if that's too much, then you can hold the elbows, but holding the elbows properly, firmly. Yeah? Okay, so we'll do it together. Take your feet wide. And stretch the arms out to the sides, turn your palms back, bend the elbows behind your back with the fingers pointing up so you can get your hands as high as you can along the spine. And if that's too much, then hold in the elbows. Turn your feet now to the right side. So left toes well and heel out, right toes out and the heel in. Turn the hips all the way to the right side. And just imagining that you're taking that crease of the buttocks, but the left buttock from inside out. Sacrum in, little finger sides against the back, back extending against the little finger sides. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee, making it a right angle, and lifting, navel, chest lifting, shoulders back. Yeah, so little fingers pressing against the spine, but also the spine pressing against the little fingers. Elbows moving back. Make a right angle. All right, and as you inhale, come back up. Turn your feet forward, and you can relax the hands for a little bit. If you need to, if you don't need to, you can keep them there. All right, and then again, stretch the arms out to the sides, turn your palms back, bend the elbows behind your back, fingers pointing up. Get them as high as you can. Roll the shoulders back, spread in the collarbones, elbows back, and if you can't, then hold in the elbows. And now turning your feet to your left side, so right toes well in, heel out, left toes out, and the heel in. And then turning your hips to your left side. So right hip goes forward, left hip goes back. And the right hips, yeah, so right hip crease moves from inside out at the back. Buttock crease, I mean. And then imagine the fingers, the thumbs in the sacrum, pushing the sacrum forward so you get that lift from the lower abdomen. Take a breath in, lift the chest up, and as you exhale, bend your left knee, make a right angle. Go low. See if you can feel this in the back thigh. Roll the shoulders back, elbows back, breathing. Soft, smooth breaths. All right, good. And then as you inhale, you can come back up. Turn your feet forward. And you can just walk the feet back together under the hands. Okay. And now we're going to do Uttanasana this way. Who's here? Sure. Okay, so put the break behind. You're facing the wall with your feet slightly apart. And yes, you're going to pull as if you want to pull the break with the hands behind you. And then taking the upper body forward and break back to the wall behind you. If your hamstrings are not so flexible, you can move yourself closer to the wall, so you don't have to go so low. Okay, let's try this. So first, squeeze or hold that break and take your arms down, hands extending down, pulling the break. And then from there, come forward from the hips, stretching the arms up and the break up towards the ceiling. And then see if you can go over, bringing the arms to the wall behind you. And it can be a bit disorientating. You might not even know where the wall is. It's there. So let's see. The arms need to stay straight. Yeah, arms straight. And it's okay if you don't touch the wall, that's okay. This is good for you too. And if you can touch the wall, good. Just a bit of fun. shoulders back. So if you want to reach up towards the ceiling with the hands and then over, if you can do that. All right, and then as you inhale, you can come back up. You can take the break down. So now, how much time have we got left for finale? You're gonna come into dog pose first. This time with the heels against the wall. Remembering all the work we've done on opening the shoulders, the upper back. Yeah, so shoulder blades moving in, pressing the heels against the wall. Then you're going to take your feet together. You're going to bend your right knee first and lift the foot as high as you can. Try to walk your hands even closer towards the wall. Hips are level, so it's not this. Yeah, hips stay level. And then down, and then the other side. Okay? Okay, so start coming to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make sure that you're pressing the mounts of the index fingers down. Yeah, so that the weight is in the mounts of the fingers, especially the inner hands. Lift the buttocks up, press the heels against the wall. You can start with your feet hip width apart. Make your legs strong and firm. And then take your feet together. And you're going to bend your right knee and reach up as high as you can with the foot. And you're on the ball mount of the foot, extending through the heel. The heel, the heel, the heel. Yeah, the thigh is lifting. The right thigh should be lifting. The leg should not be bending. Are the shoulder blades still moving into the body? Not out, but in. If you can move your hands closer to the wall, do. To take your foot up even higher. All right, and then you can release. Take your feet apart. Come back into the dog pose. Move the shoulder blades in, deep in against the back ribs. And then again, take your feet together. Bending your left knee and lift your left foot as high as it goes. As high as it goes. Extend through the heel and lift the thigh up. The thigh has to, the back of the knee is open. Yeah, straight leg. Shoulder blades in. Go on, work those legs. Move the shoulder blades in. So the weight should not be falling to the shoulders. Yeah, strong legs, Marianne, strong legs. Then as you exhale, come back down. You can rest for a moment. Okay, so now you're going to do the L shape. Because that makes you strong for handstand. So you're measuring your distance with your legs straight, feet at the wall, taking one hand behind the buttock, then the other. Then have the fingers pointing out more, it's easier for the shoulders. And then walking the feet up the wall higher initially, and then down lower, feet together. And if you can, you're going to lift one leg up, splitting the legs, then the other up. And maybe that might be too much for you, so this might be enough. And rest. Do it at least twice. So measure your distance. So just do first time just getting the L shape, and the second time then if you want to challenge yourself to split the legs and take one up, you can try that. Okay, take your legs up higher initially because that gives you height in the upper body. And then slowly taking the feet down until you make an L shape. Make sure your arms are straight, so nothing bad can happen to you if you don't bend your elbows. Yeah, do whatever you do, do not bend the elbows. And then, Marianne, see if you can walk your feet down more and keep the buttocks away from the floor. Yeah, shoulder blades moving into the body. Shoulder blades in. So that work we've done on opening the upper back, that should be here now. You're missing Michelle for a bit of assistance, Bernie. Okay, and then come down and rest in Uttanasana, in forward bend. Then we try one more time. Yeah, I understand, Bernie, your wrists are probably sore, so yeah. But you need to strengthen them. You know, you've got to do it with slanted something. Do your dog pose with some raise for this part, so that your hands are a bit slanted. That's a bit too much. Maybe just a blanket, so that you slowly strengthen those wrists. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, let's do a second one. So the fingers turn out. When they turn out, makes it easier. Now moving the shoulders in, shoulder blades in, if you're there, and then walking the feet down, Marianne. Walking the feet down, little steps, just do little steps, so you don't fall down, so you don't come down, but little steps. Yeah. But good. Anyway, this will make you strong. Okay. Mary, didn't see you. There, we done it. Elbow is sore. Okay. Okay. I think we'll leave handstand for next time. But what I would like you to do is to take your chair and yes, we'll do some shoulder work for headstand. So we'll do this one, you know this. So first you've got the elbows in the chair, pressing the out elbows down, ribs between the hands, walking the knees back so the knees are underneath the hips, and then just lengthening back. Okay. So this one first. So forearms straight up, Marianne, hands away from the wall, so that the arms are in a right angle. And because you've got a long jumper, you might be sliding with the elbows out. It's not ideal. It's better to have just skin on the chair. And just minding your lower back. As you breathe in, can you breathe into the parts of the upper back where the breath doesn't go? And as you breathe out, where do you need to let go? Where is there attention that needs to be let go of? Around the upper back, around the shoulders, the upper arms. Yeah, so you want straight line from the elbows all the way to the buttocks. All right, and then you can release. And now, take the chair away from the left. And let's try this. So you're gonna have the break again, and this time the elbows are on the floor. So it's like what we've done, but more challenging. Yeah, so you've got the hands, the break between the hands. The hands are on the wall, elbows close to the wall, and then lifting the buttocks as if into dog pose, and then trying to move the shoulders away from the wall as you press the little fingers against the wall. Make sure there's enough padding for the elbows. So if you need to fold up the mat, if the floor is hard, do that. All right. And then so lift your knees off the floor as if you're doing a dog pose. Funny kind of dog pose. Walking the feet in, lifting the buttocks high. And then as you press the little fingers against the wall, can you move the shoulders away from the wall? Sorry, can you move the shoulders away from the wall more? That's the challenge. And feet can come closer towards the wall, lift the buttocks high, but shoulder blades moving away from the wall. And breathing, soft, smooth breaths through the nose. All right, then as you exhale, you can come back down. Okay. Having the break still, you're gonna have the hands close to the wall, and the hands are holding the break this way, and so that the wrists are perpendicular. So if there was a ball down, it should be perpendicular to the floor. Then you're going to press the hands down to lift the buttocks up. And then you're going to place the head down in front of the brick, walking the feet in. And then if you can come up. Make sure you've got enough padding. So I've got 2 mats here and I should really fold up the mat. Yeah. Yes, so with that break, you are learning to lift the shoulders to protect the neck. Okay. So holding the break, have your knuckles all the way to the wall, and the elbows are shoulder width apart. Just press the hands down, press the wrist down to the floor, and feel when you press the wrist down that the shoulders move away from the wall. And then from there, lift the knees up, come as if into dog pose on your elbows. Don't have the head down just yet, keep your head up, walk your feet in, walk your feet forward, and then place the crown of the head down. Slowly, carefully, crown of the head down in front of the brick. But keep pressing the wrist down to lift the shoulders so that there is no shortening of the back of the neck. And then walk your feet in more. And if you feel confident, you don't jump. Yeah. Once the buttocks go to the wall, then it's very easy just to lift the legs. You don't jump the legs up. And this might just be enough. You know, you might not come up just yet. But it's important to get that lift first in the neck. Press the wrist down, lifting the shoulders. Pressing the wrist down, lifting the shoulders. Wrist down, lifting the shoulders. Yes, yeah, careful there, Tori. Yeah, good. Press the wrist down and lift the shoulders up. Wrists down, shoulders lifting. So yeah, so really focusing on creating space for the neck. So first, so Liam, if you can take the buttocks all the way to the wall, first, walking the feet in, then it's very easy to come up. You can bend both knees then, bend both knees. Give yourself just a little hop, that's it, and then you can come up. But the elbows are splaying out. The elbows need to stay towards each other, shoulder width. Try one more time. And if you are done, then you can just come down, rest. Yes, Bernie? If you want to say something, unmute yourself. No? I'm not, yeah, you want me to do it? The hands are like this. Yeah. And then the head in front of the bricks. Like that, yeah. Yeah, so if I'm, yeah, so like this is gonna be on the floor. Like this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Marianne, be careful. Press. I wouldn't be coming up just yet because your back is all rounding, shoulders are collapsing. So, but keep pressing the wrist down. Yeah, okay. And then come down and rest. Good. Okay, so it's something to practice. But this is a start. We are going to now prepare for shoulder stand. Not the resting one, but the proper one. So have we got 4 blocks? Yeah? Making platform of 4. If you don't have 4 blocks, then you could use blankets stuck on top of each other to make the same shape. If you don't want to do it, if you don't do this with high blood pressure, ear infections, menstruation, detached retina. Yes, if you, of course, I'm not there to help you. You don't feel confident to do this on your own. Then you can just do legs up the wall. Yeah. I'm going to bring here to help me get into the pose easier, and then I'm going to use a chair. Yeah, to take the feet off. Behind you, and you put your belt. It's my belt. So the belt, remember, it's a while since you've done this. Belt is it's the width of your armpit, so you measure the belt like this, then you have it ready on one arm. Yeah, and then you're sitting on your brick, lying down with the shoulders around 2 inches from the edge. So you can measure with your own fingers, tucking the shoulders under well, and then bending your knees towards the chest. And you then kind of get a bit of a momentum. Oh, I didn't measure. Sorry, if you take your arms behind, you should just about kind of reach the front legs of the chair. Yeah? So do that first, and then the feet will go on the chair into Halasana, the flow pose. Belt goes on, interlocking the fingers first, tucking the shoulders under, supporting your back. And then you can do one leg at a time first. And then, if you can, coming up and balancing in shoulder stand for a moment. Okay, belt goes on, and you come down carefully. Okay, go for it. Yeah, don't feel like you have to do it. If for some reason you can't today, just do legs up the wall. So make sure first that you are positioned properly on your blocks. So there's about 2 inches from the edges of the shoulders and the edges of the blocks. Yeah, tuck your shoulders under really well. Have the belt ready on one arm, and then swing yourself, bending your knees up, and take your buttocks and swing yourself over towards the chair. And then put your belt on the other arm. Stay there for a bit. Yeah, in Halasana. So if you stay in Halasana first, it will help you to do the shoulder stand better. So put your belt on the other arm. First interlocking the fingers, stretching the arms down. Interlock, stretch the arms down. Tuck your shoulders under really, really, really well. Walk in, see if you can lean. I can't see where the chair is, but if you can walk your feet forward more away from you while taking the arms down. So you want the arms to touch the floor, to touch the blocks. Yeah, stay there for a bit. Yeah, so feet on the needle there, burning. Go on, go on, go on. Yeah. And walk your feet away from you more if you can. And then support your back as low as bend your elbows. Support your back as low down as you can towards the shoulders. Elbows pressing down. And then see, can you lift one leg up towards the ceiling? Okay, so you've got to lift the buttocks up more, Bernie. Yeah. Then the belt. And then swap the legs. Yeah, so come down and then lift the other one up. Extend through both heels, extend through both heels. And then come back down again. And this time, so taking your right leg up and then followed by the other. See if you can balance there for a moment. So you're trying to take the hands closer to the shoulders. Away. So the hand should not be on the kidneys. It should be towards the upper back. Yeah, as you're trying to take the groins forward more and lifting up through the heels, the inner heels. Make your legs really strong and active. So it's the leg work that will make shoulder stand lighter. Yeah. Breathe, soft, smooth breaths through the nose. All right, well done. Those who were there. As you exhale, then you can come back into Halasana. So you can come with both legs together and straight. If you can't, then one leg at a time is fine too. And once you're there, then take your belt off one arm. And then slowly, so bending your knees. Remember, you've got the brick behind. So come down slowly, carefully. We're just going to do one twist before lying down. Vajrasana. Open your mat. Sit yourself on 2 blocks. Taking both, starting with your knees bent in front. You're going to take your right foot to the outside of the left hip, left foot on top of the right. Yeah, so trying to keep both hips down on those blocks. We'll do this together. Lifting as you breathe in, as you breathe out, and turning to your right side. So you can take hold of the corner of the block behind, take your left hand to the outside of the right thigh, inhale it, exhale, turn, lifting, and turning. And trying to look with your left eye all the way to the right side. Left eye all the way to the right side. Is there still a weight down through your left buttock? Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. And then breathing in, come back to center. And then bend your knees up in front. Taking your left foot to the outside of the right hip. Right foot on top of the left. Both knees are down. Inhale, lift the navel, lift the chest. As you exhale, begin to turn to your left side. So get hold of the corner of the block behind you with your left hand. Take your right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Inhaling, make space in the front. And as you exhale, turning to your left side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. Lifting, and turn. And then breathing in, one twist, come back to center, stretch the legs forward. And now you are ready for your Shavasana. So get whatever you need, make sure you're warm. It's getting very chilly here now after the sunshine. And the sun's gone, it's still cold. Ooh. Okay, so lying down. Start with the knees bent, make sure that you are in a straight line. If you need something for the head, then have it for the head, but not the shoulders. Shoulders need to be able to go down. And so chin is down lower than the forehead. And start to let go. Now there's nothing more to do. There's nothing left undone. All is perfect just as it is. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids. Let the eyes move down away from the eyelids, as if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. Here in the contact you have between the back body and the floor, from head to feet and feet to head. Feel all the touch points between the back body and the floor. The whole plane of the body on the floor at once. As you exhale, softening the abdomen, let it fall down towards the back. As we exhale, soften the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, all the fingers. As you exhale, soften the groins, the hips, the thighs, the kneecaps, the shins, the ankles, the fronts of the feet, and the soles of the feet, and all the toes. Allow the body to become heavier and softer as you surrender more and more to the gravity And just let yourself receive that stillness, that aware presence that is already there in the body. Just allow yourself to receive it. Let go completely. Okay, well done. And good night, everyone. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week. We have a restorative.